Hello. Let's check our connections here, see how everything looks. Hopefully it sounds okay. Hopefully it looks okay. Welcome. 10:02. I'm a little late. I had ingestion problems with the YouTube server, but I think we're good now. Hopefully my voice is coming through, and somebody let me know if it sounds like crap. All right. Yeah, welcome. Here we are again in ComfyUI. Back in ComfyUI once again. I saw on Twitter today that, get his name right here, Jonathan Fischoff dropped the diff loss AnimateDiff-Finetune for AnimateDiff, which is a different motion module. This is the new one on the left and the old one on the right. Yeah, he describes it as the motion is a little more purposeful and interesting on this method, and I tend to agree. The left results seem to be more dynamic than the right ones. So it feels like the car's moving. This one's kind of very stationary. I like the way the camera moves in this one. Camera's more static in this one. Anyway, it's very interesting, and I want to check it out. I want to run some tests myself. So if you want to follow along, the download is where's the link? Up there? Yeah. There's the checkpoint if you want to play with it. And there's a blog post in the description below. And yeah, let's just jump off. I just downloaded it and I put it in my AnimateDiff models folder with my other ones, which is just linked to the folder that it needs to be linked to in Comfy. And I just called it jfischoff diff loss st15.ckpt. And yeah, let's rebuild the workflow using that and see how it goes. I was doing some SDXL stuff, so I'm going to slide this back to SD15. Let's do, I like Deliberate. Deliberate's a good one. I'm going to put a 1.5 LoRa on here and turn the strength to 0. IP adapter's fine. I'm going to switch that to this, even though we're not using that anymore, so it won't matter. We're going to select the new diff loss AnimateDiff motion model and leave this stuff alone. This is set for SDXL, so let's go 512 by 512. And I want to do 32 frames so we get 2 context windows, and hopefully we'll see, what the jump does. What it do. All right, and then this is off. This is off. That's off. Perfect. Okay, so let's try a DeLorean driving down a synthwave highway with fire coming out the back. Skip to 32 frames, 512 by 512. Let's do 20 steps and render. It's working. It's working. These were some animations I was making with the IKEA LoRa. Kind of great. Like anxiety, depression, and regret. Normally my streams are a lot earlier, but I was up kind of late tonight, and I thought I don't usually get to do streams in the Pacific time zone, so I figured I'd do a late one tonight and see who's up. What you night owls up to? Right, first one's done. So what I'm gonna do is grab the seed we just used. I'm gonna fix it. Wow, that's pretty cool. Interesting. Okay, let me think about why that might look a little worse than it should. It'll be fine. See, it looks really cool though. Really like the motion. Let's try it again. Hey, Rev Smart. Did I swap it back to the original? No. I'm running the same seed, but with the Euler, or Euler, I don't know how you say it. Euler sampler, Euler sampler. I'm pretty sure I saw on his site that he said he was doing his at 1024 by 1024, so we'll try that too. Yeah, the motion is really cool in this model. So let's keep that seed the same. Let's swap it out for the regular temporal diff model that I usually use. And hopefully with the same seed, it'll make, very similar animation. Ah, right on. Hello, hello. So this will be same seed, same sampler, different motion model. I guess they're not LoRa's. Are they LoRa's? I don't know. They're fine tunes. Motion model fine tunes. The motion LoRa's are the ones that are like pan left, pan right, zoom in, zoom out. Hey, Consumption, what's up, buddy? What are you doing on this fine Monday night? Interesting. Not sure which one I like better, honestly. The new one's more chaotic, which I like. This one is a little smoother, which I like. Oh, I like them both. Okay, but let's try 1024 by 1024, 32 frames. Same settings, except we're going to use the new diff loss method. All right. Resting the foot. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Forgot you hurt your foot. It's NVI top. All right. What do we got here? 12 gigs of VRAM. All the control that stuff is at 0. I don't know if it's off. VRAM wise, it's just at 0. I'm not sure if these things allocate VRAM when they're not in use, or if when they're bypassed, they just. All right, well, this is going to be 5 minutes, so let's go over to Blender. I've just been playing with this GLSL modulo uh modulo node that our friend Eod made. I don't really know what it does, but I like it. I mean, I have a slight understanding of what it's doing, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Yeah, very cool. All right, and then the fractional one's neat too. The cool cells, very trippy. Might be a cool mask to like do one of these. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're just playing around. I was just playing around with FX nodes, which are really cool for making masks. To do control net stuff with fancy, fun control net stuff. And so get our texture coordinate from the object, go into mapping, map it to the vector of the. There we go. Wave texture, and then why does it look so strange? Oh, because it's base color. Go away, principled BSDF. And let's get an emission shader in there. Here. Standard, cool. Right on. Black and white masks happen. And let's add some polka dots. Math. A dot size. Hey, Zep. Hey, Andreas. Gang's all here. Remember in Blender, if you ever want to know what each node is actually contributing to the party, you can Control-Shift-Click on them, and it'll run their output through the viewer, so you can see. So like this is what the polka dot nodes is doing. This is what the wave texture node is doing. This is what they're doing together, and this is what they're doing together through the color ramp. So you can actually step through your nodes at every stage to see what you're doing with each sort of each step. It's a DeLorean. That's what I asked for. Yeah, I think it's Euler too. Boom, 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 boom. 22 seconds left. Okay. So this is just double the resolution when it comes through here. Same amount of frames, same seed, same sampler, same motion model. Whoa, okay, so I think we should leave it at 512 because holy shit, what just happened? That's weird. That's weird. Emptying size is good. That's fine. Yeah, let's just stick to 5. It's really cool animation. It's just not coherent at all. Okay, that was Euler, normal, CFG8, but at 1024. We were using the diff loss. Let me just double check. J loss down. Batch size of 16. Oh, I see. I misread that. Okay, so he was using it at 512. That makes sense. He was saying he wanted to train it with longer frame sections, which would be cool. 32. Let's do another one at 512. Could be much shorter. Yeah, minute. It's funny it takes 5 times as long to do an animation twice the size. All right, well, those are cool. Let's math in some more cool stuff. Let's math in, do like the rose shape. Let's see what we can get. That's interesting. Good. Get in the middle. No, 6 is cool. And I think I want these. And we want it to actually go the other way. So let's go to our timeline and, oh yeah, first things first, make it 280 frames for my own sanity, and then remove this, clear keyframes, go back to the first frame, set it to 0, go to the final frame, go forward 1 frame, set it to tau times 2, enter. Nice. Well, actually, I said I wanted to go backwards, so we'll go to negative tau times 2. Negative tau. I didn't actually do it. Negative tau times 2. There. Now I should come out. Yeah. And I think I got that wrong. I want to invert it again. Yeah. So for this stuff, we want all this change. All the stuff that's going to change will be the white stuff, and all the stuff that'll stay sort of the same will be the. So we want the action and the motion to be in the white stuff, and the sort of background to be the black stuff. Let's try out some of these math modes, see if we can find something cool. Kind of like that. That's cool. What happens if we subtract here too? Multiply? Divide? Oh, that's cool. Won't work, but I could use that for something else. That's pretty neat. That might be cool. Let's try the sign. No, too boring. Triangle? I prefer the sign. Don't be afraid to change these things around. Again, as long as you're animating from 0 to tau on the phase offset of the wave texture and it's connected to this process, everything will loop perfectly no matter what you change. There we go. Pretty good balance of black and white now. I do like that subtract. Are the sections... The thing we want to try to avoid are sections that stay black the entire time, which seems to be happening here. Might get away with it here, but in my experience, that usually causes like weird stuff. Oh, yes, QR code. Yeah, actually, you can use them for sketch as well, and depth. If you just change this from constant to ease, you get essentially depth maps. So you could use like something like this with the depth control net. You know, sky's the limit with Blender. I kind of like this one. I'm just gonna leave this one alone. Let's call this one star growth. PNG sequence is fine. Let's set up our camera, shall we? All right, so our camera is currently pointing like this, which is dumb. We need it to point like this. Orthographic to scale 1024 by 1024. Look at that. We have a perfect, yeah, look at that. Ooh, magic. So as long as the camera is above the plane, the camera is in orthographic mode and it is at a orthographic scale of 2, the edges of the camera will fit the plane perfectly, which will give you a perfect sized screen to do your work. And the cool thing is if you need a weird render, you can actually go like a different aspect. You can go 1920 by 1080 and it'll just give you the, you can just pick your aspect ratio. Easy peasy. For this, I'm going to go 1:1 because I like how that squares. PNG sequence. Render. go back and, well, here we are back in ComfyUI, and holy crap, this is crazy. I do still kind of like this motion, Laura. It's madness. Let's try angry chimpanzee eating a banana while swinging through the jungle. We're gonna try the motion model with some control net guidance and see what we get. I'm curious. So let's look at our thing. What did I make? This one. We have a load video images path. Pop that there. We're going to use select every nth 2. Make it go double speed. The reason I went negative tau times 2 over the course of the animation was so that we would have options later. Now I can either run the animation at double time and do half the frames, or I can just do half the frames and get a animation that still loops perfectly, or I can do all the frames. So it was a 280 frame animation. If I'm selecting every other frame, that will make it a 140 frame animation. So we just load our mask into the control net stuff. We set our control net value at like 0.65. Try that. Blah, 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 blah. You're good, you're good, you're good. That's plugged in, that's plugged in. And then we're going to load 140 frames. Actually, first, I'm going to load 32 frames just so we can see what is happening. Oh, that's cool. So my hope is here that the control net is going to like just kind of rein in the insanity a bit. We shall see. This might introduce even more chaos. Hard to say. That takes a lot longer with control net. Oh, not a lot longer. Minute and a half versus a minute. Let's go to our plane. Have a look at our shader. We need you. So let's save that material. Copy it and delete. Let's try a. I don't think this will work. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let's add a different shape. This is cool. I feel like the dog meme, you know, like I have no idea what I'm doing. That's really neat. Too many options here. I'm getting option paralysis. Option paralysis. That's pretty cool. All right. And let's add another math. You can never have too much math. And let's add a. I don't know what hex tiles would look like. No. It's kind of neat, but kind of. Yeah, too tryptophobia. This is cool. I'm leaving this the hell alone. What I'm going to do is speed up this animation a couple times because it's. Let's go tau times negative tau times 6. So that should speed it up 3 times. Let's do 4. Negative tau. We'll call this capsule growth. The shapes are an add-on, yes. It is awesome. I use it a lot. I use it all the time, really. It has all these. Oh, so many. Okay. Interesting. Let's do more control net. Let's do 140 frames. Seeds again. Let's get our chimpanzee jumping. Yeah, it's full of patterns and mappings and utilities and all kinds of fun shader nodes. You can just drop into your projects, and yeah, for like procedurally shading textures and animations and stuff, it's invaluable in my opinion. I mean, a lot of the stuff you could rebuild it yourself. I just don't know how. It's easier for me to say I want, you know, a rounded rectangle than to try to figure out the math in which to give me a rounded rectangle. I just want a rounded rectangle, man. This is pretty great. The face is insane, but it's pretty great. As always, please feel free to pop some tunes on, set them to the volume you like, as opposed to trying to hear me over a bunch of royalty-free beats. Bum 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 bum, gonna crack my window 'cause it's hot in here. Oh yeah, no, it's invaluable. It's worth every penny. Oh man, it gets hot in here while I'm diffusing. The old window helps. Just gonna freestyle some stuff, see what we get. No, circle, circle. Well, that's pretty neat. What if they were... Yeah. Yeah, man. But then what if... Yeah, man. 0.5? A little bit less. Or a little bit more? Yeah. See? I like that. And maybe sign. Oh yeah. Something like this, but like a snake prompt. Yeah. Yeah. Is it movementy enough? That looks good. Yeah, it should be enough. Kind of want to make them wider, but I don't think I can. Unless... No. Rings are cool. Touche snakes. Well, that's just weird. Nailed it. So one other thing I want to do is I not have any open pose. Pose stuff. Nice, 121 frames, perfect. One deal. Up and pose and at full strength. Same prompt, but it'll be a chimpanzee, hopefully. Oh crap! Every one. It was accidentally skipping every frame. That's why it was only a 60 frame animation. There we go. So hopefully the chimpanzee will do this. Again, if you want to use this workflow, it's on my Discord in the resources channel. It's up here in resources is input video QR code control network flow. Above, I think I pinned the latest one. There's the latest one. Yeah. It's pinned. Yeah. So you could just grab it from the pins. IP adapter, blah, 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 blah. And that will load up this workflow. All the preprocessors are all up here. That's like a preprocessor gallery. You can load up whatever preprocessors you want, dump the files into a folder, and then use those ControlNet preprocessed files in these 3 layers of ControlNet. And if you want to disable them, just turn the strength to 0 on any of the ones you're not using. And this one, I'm only using the OpenPose ControlNet, which I generated using the DW OpenPose preprocessor, which they just updated. So that's another thing to pay attention to. There's a new DW OpenPose preprocessor, and apparently it's way better and faster. So that's exciting. I get to redo all my footage. I'm just kidding. That's great innovation. And then, yeah, you can use it here. And then I also have the IP adapter stuff here. You can use that. I have it at strength 0 right now, but you can drop up to 4 images into here, and it will weight them together. It'll look at them with the IP adapter's clip vision, and it'll add what it sees to the prompt. So it's a really cool way of influencing your animations with style or faces. I can show you how this works after this one. After we do the chimpanzee dance, if I actually put in 4 selfies of me and turn the strength to 1, and then tell it to draw like a 40-year-old man dancing on Miami Beach, it will do so. And it'll use my face. And it'll be very creepy and fun. I'm hoping this is totally deranged, but we'll see. Here we go. Perfection. So let's try just 32 frames, but with the temporal diff, it's just saving all the images. Try a different sampler with some more steps. What this one does before we change it. Hey, Matisse, what's up? Yep, that is a monkey dancing for sure. Gotta hold the phone up to my eyes like an old man. Ridiculous. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm trying out oh, it's gone now. The diff loss motion model. It's interesting. I was making some really cool synthwave animations with it. Lots of motion, lots of glitchy stuff. I should really be testing it with like water and stuff like that. But dancing chimps are fun too. Yeah, it's a little more coherent. And what about the improved 3D motion model? Oh, let's try my stupid. Where's my stupid face? There I am. All right, let's get you. One. 40-year-old man dancing at Miami Beach. 80s sunset dusk. I kind of want to see what the diff loss does with just a normal prompt. I think it's still gonna be insane though. Maybe not with IP adapter though. Okay, so that's at 1. These are all at 1. So it should look at all these images and then decide, how to add that to. Taking 13 gigs of VRAM to do IP adapters, control net, 32 frames of 512 by 512. More frames would take more VRAM on the decoder, but they would take the same amount of VRAM no matter how many frames it is, I think, while it's rendering. It would just take more time. Batches upon batches. Oh, I forgot I changed the sampler. When did I do that? This time or last time? Who knows? That's the beauty of ADHD. Everything is a surprise. What's up? Yeah, okay, that's just mental. But why? Maybe I've got some dumb settings. Let me have a peek through here. It's totally unhinged. I actually really like the texture of this water. It's so wrong and right at the same time. Let's try this again. Okay, same sampler, same thing, same prompt, different checkpoint. New GPT. Yeah, they're really cool. I made this website on a napkin. Make it a real website in the world, please. Yeah, I trained one to be a ruthless CEO. Ruthless CEO focused on maximizing profits regardless of human costs. It's awful. It's still got its handcuffs on, so it's being pretty nice. But I wonder how bad you could get it. Earlier, I asked it how to gentrify a neighborhood so that it would be easier for us to conduct business in there, and it gave me like a step-by-step guide on how to work with the local government to drive all the essentially just drive all the pores out of the area. It was horrible. I think it's because I said I was actively polluting, but if I reworded this into something a little less devious, it might still go. It was just terrible, but hilarious. Yeah, the GPTs are really cool. That doesn't look anything like me. Love the motion though. Let's see, did I do this wrong? No, I think we're good. Yeah, that was like the opposite of ruthless. I was like, oh yeah, no, you gotta obey the law. This guy looks nothing like me. Let's try Venice Beach. Weight is too high on the what? The Laura, or the this. Let's try that. 0.7. I like this video though. I like the shimmy. I like the waves too. I like the palm tree. I like everything. I feel like they're trying to sell me a greatest hits album in the 80s or something on the TV. Or in the 90s, they're trying to sell me a yacht rock CD. Well, it thinks I'm a black guy. I guess that's kind of cool. I wonder if this got de-wired at some point. Looks right, though. I wonder if it's the LoRa, even if it's off. Let's try an SDXL. Now I'm very sorry. We're going down a rabbit hole because I have an idea. We don't need this anymore. MS Paint drawing. Yeah, I want to try. Do open pose control nets exist for SDXL? Let's find out. Can I use this one? It's way smaller. Try that first. If anyone else wants that, it's right here. Oh, it was working perfectly before. I think something's just messed up. That's downloaded. So let's put it AI models control. No, Comfy control net. Yeah, drop it in here. All right, and let's go here. Refresh. Nice. All right, we got open pose and SDXL now. I love this community. It's great. Let's go to 20. Oilers, do 1024 by 1024 because it's SDXL. Seed is Fe2. No, that's the frame count. Do I have a primitive? Yeah, all right. You can see why we set this in one place. And it also needs to go into the batch size of the empty latent space. That node's a lot smaller. Okay, 32 frames, 24. It's not the right node anyway. That is. Wait, what are you connected to? The hell are you plugged into? Seriously, where the hell do you go? Oh, nothing. Okay. Oh, ComfyUI is so confusing sometimes. I thought this was, yeah, it was this one, but this one, yeah. I don't even know how to describe why I was confused there. Hey, doll. What's up? Confusing myself deeply. Okay, so those are all plugged in. Frame counts all into those. Yeah, you know how they come on the other they're on the other side. Whatever. We're good now. So we switched the SDXL AnimateDiff model. I ran one of my SDXL checkpoints into the MS Paint portrait SDXL LoRa, which is one of my favorite SDXL LoRas. Swapped out the IP adapter stuff, even though I'm not using it. MS Paint drawing is the trigger phrase for this, Laura, but I think when you set strength clip to 1, it sort of does the same thing. I'm not really sure. Whatever. I leave it in the prompt. 40-year-old man dancing at Venice Beach. Obviously, we're going to try this new SDXL open pose control net with this very fun sequence, and hopefully it'll work. All right, so everything's good. Hit it. What did I miss? I think it's working. He said way too early. Oh my god, it's working. How long will it take to do 32 frames at SDXL? Oh, what's the problem? Wait, really? It is the right one. Is it possible? Oh, is it these ones? I think it's the ones that aren't in use, maybe? What's the matter? Oh, interesting. Say that error again. Maybe there's an update. Let's find out. Oh, new control net. Aux updates. Interesting. Interesting. Guess I can remove the LCM stuff. They just added it to Comfy, like raw. Okay, let's kill Comfy. Split. Try again. Same problem. Okay, let's just have a look through here one more time. It's the SDXL. Oh, well, I don't think that'll break it, but okay, let's save this workflow and clear it. And let's rebuild this workflow from scratch and just see if we can do open pose control net on a super simple AnimateDiff setup. So let's start with just we'll start from the middle. We'll start with the AnimateDiff. We only ever really need one node to get started. So let's start with the AnimateDiff. Trying to remember what the main one's called. That's not it. Add node, AnimateDiff-Evolved. There we go. So let's start with this node. This is sort of the heart of our AnimateDiff thing. It's the AnimateDiff loader. So we're going to load a model into that. So we're going to load a checkpoint. We'll start with an SDXL checkpoint. Add some context options. 1614 is fine. Set this to SDXL. SDXL. All right. Easy peasy. Let's add a clip. I'm trying to remember. Is the SDXL text encode? I don't know. I can't remember if this is required for AnimateDiff, but let's pop it in there anyway. And this is guidance in language, so we need a K sampler. No, text. VAE decoder on the way out. Plug the VAE into it. And we then decode our images into video combine nodes. 24 frames per second, MP4, please. And let's do 12 frame per second MP4 as well. So 24 FPS, 12 FPS. Alright. Let's just see if this works before we start adding control nets. So person dancing in a field, cornfield, Iowa, sunset. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Checkpoints loaded. Thingy. Go to our clip. And I'm to AnimateDiff. Model in the K sampler. And now we need an empty latent image. 1024. Whoops. 1024 by 1024. With a batch size of 32. Okay. That should be a super simple AnimateDiff setup. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Let's find out. Wait, 6 minutes? Back to our noise texture here. Oh, that's in, you hit this little gear over here and you want the link render mode. You want to change that to straight instead of spline. It'll be set to spline by default. You want to set it to straight. It's just in the settings, link render mode, right here in this little gear menu. Straight is the one that makes them like circuits. No, it's built right into Comfy. All right, so for sanity's sake, I'll just color code these. I always make my loaders brown, my inputs and positive prompts are green, negative prompts are red, VAE stuff is red, case sampler and diffusion I tend to do purple, AnimateDiff, and control net and clip stuff outside of that, like guidance, I like to do yellow, and then these ones I usually do green because they're inputs as well. Anything that processes or saves or whatever images, I make blue. I didn't come up with that. It's just sort of all what I've seen, and it keeps me sane. If you really wanted, you could clean this up pretty easily. Yep, it's pretty good. So basically, if we were to add control net, it would go in here into these positive and negatives. Let's see if this works. 3 minutes left, I think. How's our noise looking? I like the noise, but it's a little dense. It might be too dense too. Let's do 48. That'd be interesting. I want to try. I'm gonna add a. If we add bubbles to this, not this one. No. Yeah, that's cool. You're gonna go from 0 to negative tau. Yeah, Blender for mask generation for ComfyUI. I'm thinking something like this might make a cool. I think I'm gonna use this as a depth map. I think it's gonna make a really weird, maybe with even the pixelation, the pixelated LoRa. Yeah, curious. Mm-hmm. Sequence of images. It's an animation, yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so it's working. Now we want to try adding control net to get the open pose control. All right, positive and negative go into the control net. Control net loader goes into the control net. We want to load those images, so we're going to load up a VHS node called load video path. Load images path because it's an image sequence. I know it's in my. Yeah, I know it's in here. An open pose. There's some open pose animations on my Discord as well if you want to play with those. In the resources section. Selecting every frame, that's fine. Okay, so now we're loading 32 images in. We're making our batch size 32. Okay. Images go in here, and we'll load up a preview image so we can see what the hell we're doing. Then this positive and negative prompt go into the main K sampler, and we're loading our one we just got, which is there. It is Open Pose XL2. One. All right, let's try that. What did I do wrong? Oh, time step keyframe. Start percent 100. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, nope. Use control objects from. The hell is a control object? Latent keyframe? Feeling real dumb right now. Loader. Now I wonder if it's this. Oh, it's just the I bet you I downloaded the wrong model. Where did I get that from? Hi, bud. Who else? Did I link it? I linked it, right? Yeah, let's go, smart guy. Go to site. Let's try this big one. Yeah, I think this one, bro. Let's go 5 gigabyte download. Nothing similar to 3D or high. Well, yeah. So there's AnimateDiff. You can check out like some things of what AnimateDiff is like, and you can control it with ControlNet and stuff. But it doesn't work the same as the forum. It's not like Flipbook that type thing where you're rendering every frame one after the other. You're actually rendering like 16 frame chunks of video and stitching them together. So it's yeah, it's different. Like you see, it's not as flickery as the forum, but it's wild in its own way. Okay, so that worked. It's got to be the cancel. So let's delete that. We don't need it. There you are. And let's grab the big one. All right, let's try that one. Goes here. Refresh. It's encouraging. I don't know if it's just a giant ControlNet model and it hasn't loaded yet to crash, or if it's actually doing the first batch. We'll know once it gets to step 1. Oh, it's working. All right, we're gonna get ControlNet open pose in SDXL. That's one of the pieces I made for this this piece I made for Dream Forum, the forum get together party in the UK this year. It was exhibited there. It's trained on a bunch of Laura's, trained on my my work. There's the links if you guys want to check them out on your screens. They look good in 4K. These aren't even SDXL. The SDXL ones look even cooler. I have to try the new SDXL QR code with SDXL QR code ControlNet with the forum. All right, I'm going to grab a drink, stand up and stretch my legs. I suggest you do the same, but I'm not your mom. So, don't if you don't want to. It's all good. All right. It worked. Oh, we can do that now. So wait. The ControlNet work with LCM? um uh, Kind of awesome and trippy in a glitchy way. This one's a lot though. Yeah. And with SDXL LoRa's, I feel like I have to put a epilepsy warning on this video now. Yeah, it's great as a glitch. Not intended, but looks cool. I'm hoping by increasing the steps a bit, we can mitigate that, but we'll see. It's still flickering like crazy. Did this just not work? What the hell? Now, why? Why, oh, why is that happening? CFG too high, maybe? Yeah, maybe, eh? It's hard to say. The motion is great, but the collaging is a little hard on the brains. Oh, it looks cool with film. I'm just gonna actually hide the preview on the super fast one for now because it's a little much. Maybe with IPedia, maybe I don't know. It's really weird. It's not even trying to get images from the same universe. Something's borked, as the children say. Well, base. Okay. I think we'll maybe leave that denoiser up high again. 4 steps, maybe. Ah, that's annoying. Okay. I feel like it's getting a little more consistent. It's super trippy. Crazy to have the motion be right, but the close and everything just changing so drastically. All right, maybe we leave LCM the hell alone. I want to go back to what I was doing earlier, which is making an MS Paint portrait of this. MS Paint, drawing, portrait maybe? No, drawing. At 20, you're going to go to the VAE decode. And we're going to pull you from here. Yeah. Red. Okay, let's try that again. Make a group. Make a group. Not there. Thank you. You, sir. All right. This should be much more simplified workflow. Load our stuff, use the settings, animate diff down here, control that up here, diffusion in here, and output right there. I guess if you wanted, that would be the order of operations. So we load our stuff, we do our settings, we send it to AnimateDiff, then we send everything out to ControlNet, and then into the diffuser, and out the VAE decoder to the outputs. Easy peasy. Maybe we can put y'all up here though, like that. There we go. I love rearranging notes. All right, well, this should be a much worse result, but it'll be funnier. It should be a person dancing in a cornfield, except it'll be a MS Paint. One of these fantastic images. I think this is my favorite SDXL, Laura. Yeah, that sucks. I was in that boat for a really long time. Feels like you just have your foot in the door, but you can't come in. It sucks. Wow. You can get a lot of mileage out of RunPod. Just running it on there. Sucks, but better than trying to shell out for a friggin' 4090. Although the 4070 Ti with 16 gigs of VRAM is a pretty good deal, I think. If you want something to step up to. Oh, interesting. Okay, so something is fully broken. I have done something completely wrong. Let's figure out what it is. We're literally not going through friggin' AnimateDiff. Oh boy. Guess who feels very, very stupid? Okay, so let's try LCM again then. That is hilarious. I literally wired it up wrong. Okay, yeah, yeah, except we're gonna do the LCM Laura, yeah, yeah, and then I actually really like this one. Model Laura AnimateDiff. Is it possible the LCM goes after the AnimateDiff? Let's find out. This might go after this. This might go after this. We'll see. Right now it's going before. I think maybe it goes after. How do we deal with flicker? You getting a lot of flicker in yours? Okay. That looks like it's actually doing AnimateDiff stuff. Okay. I'm going to just test my theory here. Model here, model here, model here. So let's try running it through the LoRa after AnimateDiff. Try running it through LoRa after AnimateDiff. FreeU can add a lot of flicker. Be good to disable that for AnimateDiff. If you're talking about what we're doing now, it's because I just wired this up completely wrong. Ah, welcome back. Glad you're feeling better. That's annoying. I hate that. Oh, you can tell it's getting late here. I'm starting to yawn. My eyes are starting to get irritated too. Yeah, FreeU looks great on non-animation. With animation, it tends to change the lighting drastically from frame to frame. Can look cool too. Depends what you want. Depends what you're going for. So this time we're going checkpoint, AnimateDiff, LoRa, LCM LoRa. Okay, that's a little better. Still looks insane, but it's a little better. Right on. Yeah, I still have to try stability matrix. Yeah, I think so too. From a glitch point of view, I really like this, but it's not like practical. Yeah, it's a good idea. Seems like the higher the CFG, the more like unruly it gets. That's a lot more useful there at like 1. What is it, 121? Interesting. I'm walking a very fine line here because I happen to know if you set the CFG lower than 1, all it does is spit out porn. See if there's any new SDXL LoRa's worth playing with. Someone trained a Hackerman SDXL LoRa. That's fantastic. I like that ink punk one. That looks cool. The watercolor looks good too. Holy cow. Those are cool too. Ooh, marionettes. That's neat. I haven't seen that before. Film decay. Ooh. That's really cool. I like that. Alright, maybe I'll just watch this off screen for the first run, make sure it's not NSFW. Whoa. It's trippy and broken, but I think it's safe. Yep. Couldn't figure out the background, but got the rest of it, I guess. I'm curious what the film is going to look like. Alright. I'll have to play more with that diff loss LoRa because it's pretty cool. I was making some really cool glitchy stuff with it, so I think I'm gonna work on some glitchy stuff tomorrow with that. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. And as always, come by my Patreon if you like what I do here. Support it. Jump in the supporters group and come hang out with us on Discord. Either way, download anything you want from the Discord for free. There's no knowledge or anything behind the paywall. It's literally just for if you want to support me. So yeah, thank you very much. That's patreon.com/Purz. Everything else is at Purz.xyz. You want access to the Discord, anything else, my socials, all that crap's on there. Love each other. Be safe. I will be back on, I think, on Wednesday. I got some stuff I want to do with more audio reactive stuff, and yeah, I want to play with a few of the new workflows on Banadoko because it's been a while since we trolled the Banadoko server and saw what was up and what was new. So we'll play with that stuff, and as always, bring your questions, bring your prompts, bring your vibes, bring your music, and we'll make some cool stuff together. Have a great night, everybody.